Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. Coming up, the American Nightmare and Seth freaking Rollins go over to SmackDown to give The Rock and Roman their face-to-face answer for their WrestleMania challenge. Will Cody and Seth accept the challenge from The Rock and Roman's WrestleMania match? Historic. We'll talk about the details coming up. Also, too, we got a lot going on here on Pro Wrestling Show. Logan Paul kicks off the show. Logan Paul, the United States champion, he returned to SmackDown, finishing his Elimination Chamber performance. Logan Paul returns on SmackDown. What's next for Logan Paul? We kind of know where it's going to be for Randy Orton. Also, too, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton join forces to take on the new team of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are the young brash team that wants to prove their dominance against veterans such as Orton and Owens. Can they do so? We'll talk about it coming up. Plus, too, Bobby Lashley takes on Karrion Kross. The Almighty takes on Karrion Kross one-on-one. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid the Dix here. Glad you can join us. We just found out right here, the slap heard around the world. Cody getting at his receipt from the great one, the People's Champ, The Rock. But we'll get to that in a minute. First thing first, join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button. Speaking of Cody, we'll talk about this on Hot Topics. Him being on the cover of 2K24, Cody Rhodes being on the cover, and we got a lot going on as well. The U.S. Express, Barry Windham and Wyndham Rotunda heading into the Mike Rotunda are heading into the WWE Hall of Fame. We'll talk about it coming up. But let's get things started with the current United States champion, better known as Logan Paul. Logan Paul making waves as well. Logan Paul making a lot of waves tonight. Logan Paul issued that him and his prime sponsor Energy Drink are now the sponsors of WWE, the official partner of WWE. Logan Paul doing all he can do. And I say about Logan. Logan Paul knows a thing or two. He had KSI, Logan Paul's associate, coming out there drinking that stuff. And Logan Paul and WWE have come to agreement that their partnership on what's going on. One thing about Logan Paul, I'll say this: he's a savvy businessman, but Logan Paul knows a thing or two on how to capitalize on business. So Logan Paul, Prime Energy Drink, now the official sponsor, partner, I guess the energy drink of WWE. So congratulations to Logan. Well, Logan didn't have to wait no time whatsoever when Randy Orton decided to drink some of it. Randy Orton, I don't think, he could have just sold it and not liked it. But Randy Orton drunk some and really showed everybody what he really thought of that energy drink. The RKO KSI left him out laying. Logan Paul looking on and just moved away, leaving his associate out like that. And Randy Orton want to get his hand on Logan Paul. I cannot wait to the day. They'll probably do at WrestleMania. They're teasing for it because Randy Orton got something to do with it. He's gonna let Logan Paul. He's gonna try to get Logan Paul with RKO. But Logan Paul gonna find a way to avoid the RKO. Logan Paul might not want to irk Randy Orton and irk Kevin Owens. You can tell it's gonna happen, and I can't wait for it to happen. When it happens, it's gonna be a great day. But they was in action as well. Logan, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens was in action. Logan teased that he had the brass knuckles. He attacked both Kevin Owens and Randy Orton from behind, trying to cheap shot on both men. Both men caught on. Randy Orton tried to RKO Logan. Logan got away. Randy Orton almost nailed Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens didn't see it coming, but you can tell there's a tease going on. It's going to be a triple threat match between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And I can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait to Randy Orton RKO Logan Paul. Well, LA Knight, who was a popular star, LA Knight
might be having his own WrestleMania feud against this man right here, the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ called out LA Knight saying that LA is stealing and staging the spotlight. LA Knight staging the spotlight for Randy Orton. Not I mean you know who. Um what's his LA Knight. I meant to say sorry folks. Had a brain something. But we can tell right here, um AJ wants a piece of LA wants a piece of AJ. You know it's gonna happen some way, somewhere down the road. It's gonna happen at WrestleMania. So we'll see these two try to clash at WrestleMania. These two former TNA champions um clash at WrestleMania. I thought it was gonna be LA Knight's moment at WrestleMania to win a championship, but I guess he got derailed again. So I don't know what's going on with WWE with that. Tiffany Stratton, who could be SmackDown newest rising star, was in action. Tiffany Stratton was against Michin, and Tiffany Stratton did not waste no time whatsoever. They're building Tiffany Stratton to be the next deep next female star of SmackDown, and they're building her well. She got wins over Naomi, and now she got wins over Michin. So Tiffany Stratton's gonna continue her momentum, leaving NXT. Speaking of that, right here. Speaking of Naomi and Sasha, we'll talk Naomi. I mean not Sasha, but Naomi and Bianca. We'll talk about Sasha a little bit later on Hot Topics. But Bianca told Naomi we shouldn't try to stick in damage control because Bailey formed damage control, and Bailey did have a sit down interview with Kayla Braxton. Kayla Braxton was trying to get Naomi Bailey's side of the story on why she believed damage control turned their back against her and what was the root of the issue. We saw this coming a mile away. This happened before the seeds of damage control breaking up happened in October when things went awry, and things did go awry for damage control with Bailey at the helm. Bailey was kind of weary, but Bailey brought it on to herself on what she did and stuff. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Bailey went where she had to go. Sorry about that. Um, but we can tell that Bailey may team up with Naomi and Bianca to combat damage control. We can see that happening between these two women. So we'll see how this is going to play out. But you can tell right here, Bailey, Naomi, and Bianca are going to team up to take down damage control and help even the odds for Bailey when Bailey didn't think everything was going to go her way, what she thought. Well, we saw this, the Almighty, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was in action right here. Bobby Lashley, the Almighty right here, was in action against Karrion Kross. These two have unfinished business. Karrion Kross and Bobby Lashley want to tear each other apart. They had everything. It was like two powerhouses. Karrion Kross, the Street Profit, Precious Paul Ellery at ringside. Street Profits trying to help out, but the AOP came out. Um, it was just a mess. It was just that. But you can tell right here the AOP looks dominant, and the dominant they were. It's like SmackDown just a home of factions going forward. But AOP is not done and Cross the final testament. They're not done with the pride. Lastly, in the Street Profits. Street Profits got to work on their routine a little bit because it was botched. That's what it was. Speaking of factions, La Fantasma, um, Santos Escobar, Dragon Lee was confrontation. But we know Dragon Lee had a match against Angel Garza. That match didn't end so well for Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee got beat up by all members of LD Phantasma. Where were the LWO? Where were they being at? They weren't nowhere to be around. They left that man, the El Phantasm left that man for dead. And left that man for dead for real. But you can tell Dragon Lee's gonna be next breakout star. He's gonna be following Rey Mysterio's footsteps. And we'll see that coming up next week when Rey Mysterio returns. Rey Mysterio returns next week on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio coming back. What Rey Mysterio will have to say on what went down tonight on SmackDown with his with Dragon Lee and El Fatama. Will we see Santos and Rey have a match at WrestleMania? Only time will tell on that. So we'll see how that's gonna go eventually coming up. Speaking of that, we got to all the parts. We get to the big part, the main part, the bloodline. Roman Reigns, flanked by special counsel Paul Heyman, who's now going to become a soon to be Hall of Famer, along with Solo and Jimmy. Roman Reigns, the undisputed champion, comes out there with his head held high, as well as The Rock, the people's champion, came out there, who sits on the board of directors. Roman and The Rock issued a challenge last week. They wanted Cody and Seth Rollins to come out there. Roman and The Rock standing tall as Cody and Seth Rollins came through the crowd. I don't know why they came through the crowd, like they were trying to get some brownie points from the people. Cody and Seth went out there and plead their case, but The Rock told them, "Hey, this is the offer that you cannot refuse. If you beat us, me and Roman at WrestleMania, the bloodline is banned from ringside. But if we win, Rock and Roman, then bloodline rules, anything goes, falls count anywhere. Last, you name it, you name any match, anything, hardcore rules, I guess." And Rock said that until Seth Rollins got in his face and called him out. And Rock called him a walking sideshow freak, which he was, and came out there wearing some. I'm surprised Rock didn't attack him during his clothing and stuff. Rock let it be and let it be known that he's not a fan of Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is not a fan of his. So the match is official. Seth accepted the match, accepted the challenge on behalf of Cody himself, which they could have saved that for Raw. They wanted to do it face to face, but Cody came out there, and Seth and Roman said, "Hey, you gonna let Seth Rollins speak for you, or you gonna do something about it?" Well, Rock dished on Cody, talking about his family, his father, and everybody else. Next thing you know, The Rock took an insult on Cody, and Cody did what I never thought he would do. Cody decided he wanted to pay back The Rock from last month at WrestleMania press conference by slapping The Rock out his mouth. The Rock receiving his receipt on what he did. The Rock got angry, and you can tell The Rock was angry. The Rock was angry, and The Rock wanted to. Next thing you know, they're gonna be trying to spit on each other. That's next. But it's gonna lead to that. The Rock turned around and he liked it. So you can tell The Rock had respected him, but The Rock will get his hands on Cody sooner rather than later. We'll see this match happening at WrestleMania. It's official. The Rock versus Rock and Roman teaming up against Cody and Seth at WrestleMania. It will happen at WrestleMania night one, WrestleMania Saturday. Rock and Roman takes on Cody and Seth with a lot of stakes on the line. A lot of stakes on the line in this match. We'll see that match coming up at WrestleMania. This was going to be a highly intense. Everyone in the room stood up for this confrontation, and there was a confrontation that everybody wanted to see that never thought would have some, and it happened tonight on SmackDown. The undisputed champion Roman Reigns, the People's Champion The Rock, Cody Rhodes, the Royal Rumble winner, back-to-back 2023, and this year's 2024 winner, and world champion Seth Rollins. We're going to see it. That's going to be the main event at WrestleMania night one. That Saturday. We will see it coming up. All right, that's going to do it for the Pro Wrestling. So we know next week, Bayley takes on Dakota Kai, friend versus foe. They were frenemies. They were once friends, but now they're enemies. It will happen next week on SmackDown. Dakota Kai turned her back on Bayley last week. Now Bayley wants her receipt. Everybody wants their receipt. So we'll see this receipt coming into grips. Plus, too, Rey Mysterio return. What is Rey Mysterio going to do? We'll see. We'll got to wait and see. We'll find out as well. All right. Speaking of that, we're gonna turn to wrestling hot topics. On wrestling hot topics, as you see right here, the U.S. Express. Who knows the U.S. Express? They was the first tag. They was the tag team champions of the first WrestleMania. It's only fitting the U.S. Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda are going to the WWE Hall of Fame. Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda. Mike Rotunda, the father of Bray Wyatt, who recently passed away this past August. Bray will it's gonna be a hallmark moment for Bray Wyatt. Um, going through what happened, but this should be fitting for the U.S. Express. Triple H was the one that made the call. Triple H made the call and asked the U.S. Express, "Hey, do you want to be inducted to the Hall of Fame? It's going to be a bittersweet moment, but I believe y'all deserve it." Triple H gave his word and gave his blessing. And wow, we'll see at the Hall of Fame coming up and stuff. Speaking of the game, Triple H received this. WWE received almost 100 million members of the WWE Universe, giving them that precious YouTube crown, 100 million mark. Man, that's quick. It's in the top 10 now. So congratulations. I want the plaque. Then I work my way down up, and I want you fans to you know, manifest that, and we want to manifest that together. And I thank you all for watching. We had a huge crowd right here, record-setting watch views, and we thank you for watching here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Whatever you had nowhere to be, but you had to come here and watch us. And we thank you for watching us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Speaking of that, the Hall of Fame is extending right now. As you see this week, Paul Heyman being inducted, legendary manager, legendary executive, founder of ECW. There's going to be an ECW homecoming in Philadelphia for Paul Heyman. Bull Nakano, a former WWE Women's Champion, will get her just due. She's going to be inducted to the Hall of Halls and the U.S. Express. So the names are continuing to grow as we get closer to WrestleMania. Speaking of closer, who used to be a WrestleMania headliner, Sasha Banks, better known as now Mercedes Moné. She's expected to make her debut in AEW next week. Sasha Banks did not waste no time whatsoever and talked about this, that she knows she'll be back in WWE, but she wants to do her thing at AEW and go places and venture out. But she'll be back. I kind of figured she'll be back. I think she would have been perfect for the Bayley storyline right now, but unfortunately, she got other things going on. So she'll be back, and I hope she'll come back stronger than ever. And I hope AEW don't squander this moment if they're gonna book her right. Speaking of that, Dominic Mysterio just got married yesterday. Congratulations to Dom for getting married. For his he had his groomsmen. Rhea Ripley was there. He did not marry Rhea Ripley, so let's get that out of the picture. Um, Dominic Mysterio, along with Austin Theory and Damian Priest, were his groomsmen, and they looked dapper. I'll say that. Getting themselves ready for a wedding. You know, it take a lot of time and a lot of preparation to get ready, but they looked dapper. I'll say that. Damian Priest coming out there, in his wedding attire, looking dapper. But he got to be world champion sooner rather than later. Also, too, we heard from Tokyo Sports that Okada, the Rainmaker, has signed a 3-year deal for AEW for about 2 billion yen. That equates to almost $14 million. Man, resulting in 4.4 almost $5 million a year. Man, Okada better be every penny worth. I say that right now. He better make everything rain up in there. But we'll see. Also, too, we've been hearing reports. We'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Kevin Kelly has been released from AEW. I'm kind of shocked at that, but we'll get to the details of it tomorrow for the AEW Collision Ring report. He was the beginning of the AEW Collision, the voice, and now things just went awry. I don't know what happened, but hey, things go happen for a reason. But we'll talk a little bit later about that tomorrow on the Ring report for Collision. Speaking of that, The Rock, he did his infamous Instagram pics. The Rock was out. They call him call himself just outlaw Rock calling out Seth and Cody before we talked about what we talked about tonight. So Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins accepted the challenge. So we'll see that how that's going to go. Also, too, WWE promoted Money in the Bank coming to Toronto. So a lot of Money in the Bank winners coming to Toronto. And finally, we talk about this. The WWE 2K24 game is out and about. Man, 2K24 Cody Rhodes. I can't wait to play the game. See Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley on the deluxe edition, as well as the WrestleMania 40 years edition of WrestleMania. So we'll see that as well. Also, too, Mike. Speaking of Logan Paul's brother, Jake Paul, he's gonna go against Mike Tyson on Netflix. Netflix is supposed to be the home of Monday Night Raw coming next year. So I guess Netflix trying to experiment with all these boxing stuff. We'll get to see it. Everybody want to see that Tyson versus Paul on Netflix. So we'll get to see all this, how this all gonna come around and come about. All right, we're gonna leave you with The Rock and Cody and Roman and Seth. The match made official, like we said it was gonna do. They were trying to pop a ray, and they did so tonight. And everything was sold out tonight, and I mean sold out to the rafters. But this is the moment that everybody's gonna be talking about and buzzing about. The slap heard around the world again. Cody receiving his payback to Seth to Rock. On Rock did to him at the press conference. So, for me being Kendrick Dix saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow night for the AEW Collision Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long, and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show.